Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World. So, uh, this was going to be a pre-version 5.3 video, kind of talking about what we can expect tomorrow morning, except that's no longer the case. So, earlier today, they hit us with this tweet that said patch version 5.30 is right around the corner. We'll release later on the week on Thursday, August 23rd. Week 7 challenges will become available Friday, August 24th. Now, obviously, that is the last part is directed to Battle Royale. And if we went over to, let me see, if we go over to the Reddit, there was indeed a post today that said version 5.30 is right around the corner. Will release later on the week on Thursday, August 23rd, with not much more information than that. So there's something really interesting in that post that we're going to read and we're going to go through. But first, let's kind of talk about this. So right now, we are going to be in patch 5.3 and 5.3. The content update is going to happen next week. So this week, the week of the 20th, we're going to get a new blunderbuss flintlock assault rifle, which I'm actually very, very excited for. I really want to see what it can do. And week 3 of the weekly horde challenges. So if I'm understanding this correctly, this means we're not going to get the weekly horde challenges are going to be around until Thursday. So we still have all day today, Tuesday and Wednesday, and until, I don't know, 2-3 in the morning or 4 in the morning on Thursday to be able to do more of those. And I really do want to do more of those weekly horde challenges. I'm actually trying to get my level up a little higher, I guess I'm trying to get my my weekly challenge level up a little higher, because I do want to do at least 64 or level 70 of those missions. See how those go. So we don't know what the next challenge is going to be. That's going to be really interesting to see. And of course, the blunderbuss flintlock assault rifle, which sounds very exciting. I'm really looking forward to see it. I'm kind of thinking, whenever I think of it, I kind of think of like one of those things, with like the crank handle, and you just like crank it like this to like shoot, kind of like an M16 but with a crank. I kind of hope that it's like a crank one. I really do. I hope it's like a crank assault rifle. It'll be interesting. Just because, flintlock is one shot, or not many shots at all. So a flintlock assault rifle, it sounds interesting. And then next week, we are going to see the new Mythic Ninja with a new ability in the event store. And week 4 of the weekly horde challenges, and the new Raider Soldier hero as a reward, which probably means we're probably going to see yet another part of the Challenge the Horde. So if you haven't finished Challenge the Horde yet, which I still have a page and a half to go, you still have at least 2 weeks to a week and a half. You have about a week and a half to get through this. Yeah, a week and a half to get through it and finish it, so that when the new one comes out, we can take a look at that one right away. But having said that, we're obviously not going to be seeing that tomorrow, are we? Instead, we're going to be seeing it on Thursday. Now, we might be wondering, okay, what does that mean? What does it mean that we're going to be seeing it on Thursday? And I'm not going to read it all because there's a lot, but it's very interesting if you go down to the comments. Basically, it says right there, this is about providing a service even the question. So this just picks every single time that an Epic staff member says something, and it posts it on here. And there's a couple of them. It says here's the link of the comments. So whenever someone replies to something, and it's usually been this particular person called Magist, which they're really awesome. They say a lot. They're saying there, we will be releasing, the first one is the most important one, I think. We'll be releasing a postmortem this week based on version 5.20 release. And then they said again, we will be covering that in a postmortem that will be released this week. And if you want to see exactly what the questions were, you can go to the Reddit and read the whole thing. It's very interesting. And they said something about propane. Again, they said we will be releasing the postmortem this week. Don't worry. There are more things that the team wants to cover in the write-up. And then there was a comment about llamas and stuff. I'm not going to read it. And then Matt just said, We haven't released any details about the make good. Nowhere have we stated anything about giving or not giving llamas. And then at the very last one, that someone said, if they don't punish anyone, nearly everyone will just exploit bugs. And then he said, we've actively been banning players that have been abusing this exploit. We'll have more details in the postmortem. So it always goes back. It goes back to the postmortem over and over and over again, including the fact that they said there that there have been no details about what the makeup was going to be. They did say they were going to try and make it up because of all the problems, the various bug glitches, the various graphical stuff, especially the ones where you were unable to finish a mission for A, B, or C reason, which, yeah, there were multiple reasons and multiple different missions where you couldn't complete, you couldn't finish it. And for those of you wondering out there what a postmortem is, right there, an examination of a dead body to determine the cause of death. I've always thought of it as I've always thought of it, it's a report, like a report kind of saying, what happened. But I guess this is the literal translation of it. So basically they're saying that version of 5.2 is dead. That it was taken out. It was taken out in version 5.21, I think it would be, and it's gone. It's dead, and now they're going to tell us what they fixed. Now, for me personally, I do want to talk a little bit about what this means and what I think, it means definitely going forward here for us, because it's very interesting to see that there are several questions. I mean, if you go through that Reddit, it's really interesting how there are so many things that they have just been asking, people have been asking, like, what does this mean? What's going to happen to this? What happened to this? What happened to that? Various different bugs, various different things over and over again. It is, there is a huge amount of, questions about, are we going to be getting anything for, the not just the graphical bugs, because the graphical bugs were annoying. And honestly, there are still several out there. For example, the sky one. I know a lot of people make fun of me for that one, but it really bugs me. To me personally, seeing the sky go by so fast, it really does give me just like a go. It doesn't make me feel good. So I really hope that they work on that too. We had the survivor issue, we had the cones and the boxes and the cake and all that, which it wasn't really causing much. I guess it wasn't really causing a problem as much as like an annoyance. But then again, those are just bugs that happen. But it's important also to see that developers are actively working on them. Finally, the missions. So for me personally, yes, I'm going to say this. I did have 2-3 missions where I was not, maybe more than that, where I wasn't able to complete reward. But that's because I play this game a lot. I tried a mission, it didn't give me a reward. I was like, okay, let me try another mission, and I did this on stream. And I tried another mission, it didn't give me a reward, so I closed my game, I reopened it again. I tried another mission, that one gave me a reward fine. Then a couple of hours later, it happened again. So, and I remember the one time when it actually did happen. It happened once. I restarted my game. I came back. I tried to play again, and when it didn't work, I stopped playing. I understand, and I do understand how certain missions, and it wasn't until trial and error where you can figure out which certain missions were the ones that wouldn't work for you. But I will say this. For me personally, when a mission didn't work more than twice, I stopped trying to run it. I wasn't sitting there for hours and hours trying to do the same mission over and over and over and over again, just losing a bunch of rewards over and over again. I mean, that's kind of like, why do that? So I understand that there are some people who play a lot more than me, and I understand that there are some people who did lose out on a ton of supplies, and trust me, it does hurt. But that also is very difficult for the developers to come to a conclusion, because if you think about it, if they give everyone the same reward, for example, a certain number of llamas or a certain number of resources to everyone, I mean, that makes sense. That kind of makes sense as a, hey, there were some issues, we've taken care of them. Here's, I don't know, a couple of troll stash llamas or a couple of smorgasbord llamas or something like that. But then to go beyond that, it would be very interesting to see if they're going to go step by step and kind of like case by case and kind of try and give people a little more compensation for those people who did suffer so much more, or those people who did lose a lot more time. I don't know. I'm gonna be very curious to see how they're gonna treat that. I am also curious to see what they're going to say about the current graphical bugs, and there are a lot of other bugs that are still going on. There are a lot of performance bugs. There are a lot of things like that. And one thing I will try and say to everyone is that I've had a lot of people come in saying that they can't run the game or that it's too slow. You also have to look at the limitations of your own machine, of your own computer. If you're not running like a dual SLI GTX 1080s with an over processed 9700 Series K, and like I don't know 64 to 128 gigs of RAM, you got to understand that you're not going to be able to run perfectly smooth on epic settings. So try different settings. If you guys have seen my settings, it depends which one of my computers I'm working on. Right now I'm running it on my streaming PC or my streaming laptop, because I'm not playing a lot right now. So as you can see, I have nothing on epic settings. I don't have a single epic setting here right now, because I know that on this particular laptop I don't have my dual graphic cards. I don't have everything, so I can't run everything on epic settings. So I try to reduce the limitations. So if you really want to play the game, understand that there are going to be, it's still a game in development too. Unfortunately, there is still a long way to go. And, there are opinions about Battle Royale, about how much time they put towards that. But also, Battle Royale is much bigger. It does provide them a much larger income. So, of course, they can, put more money towards that to fix those issues that come with, that arise with them quicker, I guess. But no, this was very interesting for me to see. I'm really curious to see exactly what this is going to include. For those people who are farther along in the game, a lot of you guys know that there are some major issues with some rewards in level like 100 plus in 100 missions. There are other graphical issues that have happened all over the game. There's a lot going on in the game, and the best way we can do is report these and hope that they can see them to work on them. But according to them, version 5.2 came to like all the problems that happened. So right now they are investigating the I don't want to say the dead body, but they're investigating the patch. They're investigating all the problems that happened there. They're working on fixing them. Hopefully we will be getting this very soon, where we're going to see exactly what happened, how it happened. But more importantly, also for this week, I'm very curious to see why they changed the update. Now, please understand, I do believe this is going to happen, even though we won't get the actual update until the Thursday, which will be the weekly Horde challenges. We should be getting the new blunderbuss. We should be getting the new blunderbuss assault rifle on Wednesday, because we do still have 47 hours here. So Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, we should be seeing the blunderbuss here. So that's going to be really interesting too, especially since we're not going to have patch notes till then. But then again, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow or Wednesday we will be getting this postmortem report, or a video from them, or something from the developers kind of telling us this is what happened, and this is what we're going to be doing. Personally, I feel very encouraged that they are continuing this level of communication, and they're definitely trying to continue improving the game. It's a big game, guys. It's a big game. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. I mean, in programming and programs, a lot of stuff can go wrong very easily. So it's interesting to see, where they're going, and I'm hopeful and excited for the future. Finally, the last thing I want to say is, don't forget, guys, there is currently that weekly giveaway going on. Just check the description of my videos. You can go to the current weekly giveaway. And for those of you who don't know, I will be taking tomorrow, Tuesday is my regular day off, but I will be taking Wednesday off as well, morning. So I won't be streaming Wednesday morning, but I probably will be streaming Wednesday afternoon for the loot reset, the weekly loot reset, and we'll have a regular stream there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. This has been Fortnite Save the World, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.